So obviously you've re-signed for Gloucester. Just tell me how does that feel?
It's amazing, really, because like Gloucester's a childhood club for me. So I've always been a local boy. So I'm from Lydney, and I've always watched Gloucester all the way up through my ages. So to sign for Gloucester and to play for Gloucester is just it's just like a dream come true, really. And I'm pretty sure everybody else that is local boys as well would say exactly the same.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming from where you do, you must have a lot of proud sort of family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my dad used to play rugby as well. With my mum, so it's always been natural for me to pick a ball up, and from a young age, and like the rest of my family as well, real supportive and really enjoy me what I do, stuff like that. So it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my questions here is, what made you re-sign with Gloucester? And I imagine that's it in a nutshell, isn't it? The fact that it is your childhood club.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'd want to play for anybody else. I'd always want to play for Gloucester, and like I said, it's a bit of a silly question to ask because it's right on the doorstep, and I don't think you can get a better club with the atmosphere of the crowd. It's brilliant. Yeah.
So did you grow up going to Kingsholm and going to games?
Yeah, I used to watch quite a lot of games, especially the Boxing Day games and stuff like that. That used to be the best ones. But yeah, I've always watched a lot of games, and I've always enjoyed it as well. Just the atmosphere is great.
Going back to the Gloucester and the academy. I mean, how important do you think it is that academy lads get so many opportunities? And was that a key factor in making you want to stay at the club?
Yeah, it's I'd say it's changed more these last couple of years since I've been there. You can't thank the academy staff enough, like how much they've pushed us and got us where half the boys are now. Like you look at Reece Samet and stuff like that. It's just he's come from the same background as all of us, but like as soon as you start impressing, you will get picked. Like George Gimton says, he doesn't mind how old you are or how experienced you are. If you're training well and you're playing well, he will pick you, and he's not worried about that. So I think it gives a lot of those boys confidence to do that, and especially in training as well.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, you mentioned there, Skivington's put a lot of emphasis on the academy, hasn't he? And I guess with Cole Hogg coming into the setup as well, that just sort of is proof of how important it is to have a strong academy.
Definitely. I think the academy is massive as well, because at the end of the day, if you can bring people through the academy and play for the first team when they're older, like the fans and stuff like that, they love that as well. Local boys playing. I think that's what George and Carl are trying to get now, is local boys coming through the system. And I think give it a few years, and I think you'll see more local boys coming through.
Yeah, it's really exciting, isn't it? I think when you grow up supporting a club and then you go on to play for them, you probably you give a bit more, don't you? And it means so much more.
Yeah, definitely, because there's a lot riding on you as a local boy as well. You feel like you have to impress those people, and you've got a lot more to show as well. It's brilliant, really.
Yeah, and some exciting news this morning: the new training facility. If you had a chance to look at some of the pictures.
Yeah, so we had a little Zoom meeting last night, and they showed us the video and stuff, and wow, it's amazing. Like, that's kind of what we needed. We needed a new start, and I think bringing George in and now getting a new training ground is really going to push us forward, and hopefully give it a couple of years or a year, and we'll be a force to reckon with. And I think that's the thing. We're trying to grow the club now, and I'm really, really going to enjoy being on that journey, and hopefully good things to come.
Talk to me a bit more about that journey. What are your sort of goals for the future? Do you set goals that you want to achieve, or do you just sort of take it each week as it comes?
It's a little bit different for me at the moment because I've just changed positions. So I've gone from playing in the front row to trying to learn how to play at 8 now. So
okay,
yeah, so I've moved back into the back row, and
yeah,
for me, this is going to be my first pre-season as a back row. So there's a lot to learn. And my goal really is to learn off Ruan and Ben as much as I can, and hopefully try and get some games, especially when COVID restrictions have stopped. I think that's the main thing, is just trying to get some games and trying to build some time under your belt, and start to show people who you are and stuff like that, because I don't think we've had a chance to prove ourselves for the last year. So it's about trying to build forward, and I think everybody would say the same about that as well.
Yeah, it's been so hard. I mean, there just hasn't been any A-League or Prem Cup games at all, have there, for players to prove themselves?
It's really tough, and there's a lot of people out there that probably are quite annoyed that they haven't played, but that's just the way it goes. You can't help that. But hopefully next season, when we go back into pre-season, we can try and get some games on loan and stuff like that, or some of the boys trying to push through, which will be good. And it's just about getting back into it and enjoying it. Definitely.
Talk to me a bit more about this position change then. Whose idea was that? Was that you wanting to change position, or was that a coach?
Well, they put me at 8 against. We played Bath in like a friendly a couple of months ago, and I had 40 minutes at 8, and I really enjoyed it. I got more on the ball, and kind of it's like playing kids rugby again. You're just enjoying it. And I spoke to Skiv a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "How would you feel about moving to 8?" And I was a bit taken back from it, but I was like, "Yeah, definitely get me in now. I'd love it." So we've come to that decision. Spoke to my family about it. Spoke to the coaching staff about it, and I think they're really, really excited to see what I can do, and I'm really excited to learn, and hopefully try and show people that as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned, learning off the other, Ruin and Ben Morgan at the club. How key do you think having a good relationship with those sort of first team players is for the academy boys coming through?
Definitely, I think they're the boys they've been there, they've done, and they're doing it now still. So it's a no-brainer really to try and speak to those boys and try and learn as much as you can off them, because at the end of the day, they're going to pass it down to you, and if you can learn off them and because the experience they've done is brilliant. So trying to get as much information off them as possible, and watching as much games as possible as well to learn.
So that's your summer sorted then. I was going to ask,
you
got to enjoy some time off, but you'll be learning all about this new position.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be have to watch a lot of games. Luckily the Lions are on and stuff like that, so I can pick some games out like that. Got to lose some weight as well, but that all comes good, and getting ready to get stuck into training. I haven't really played much this year, so I feel quite fresh as it is. So I'm not going to take as much weeks off to rest. Probably going to start and get straight into it, really. I just think it's been a tough season for everybody, and trust me, everybody's working hard at the club. No one's taken a backward step. Some results haven't gone our way, and we've been unlucky, but we'll come back stronger. And next year, we're hoping to bounce back from that and really give the fans what they deserve back for all the support that they give us. And we thank everybody for that.